Hey guys, Josh Rankin here, created the DVRT system. We're out here in South Korea. We just finished our second DVRT certification. Super excited, a great group of people. But what I want to do in this video is talk about how to stay towards your goals and how DVRT can really help that and really how simple it can be. As many of you know, 2 months ago I went through 3 surgeries. I couldn't use my right leg for a while. What I've been working on is rehabbing myself, regaining function, getting back to strength. And just within 8 weeks, I've really made some leaps and bounds. I want to share some of the tips with you because whether you're just fighting some normal aches and pains, tightness, or fatigue, we want to go ahead and share with you the same information as though someone who was in my situation with a really serious injury. So, what I have my Power Ultimate Sandbag here. It's our water version because I'm in my hotel room, as you can see, and I have a mini band from Perform Better. I'm going to show you a warm-up series that you can use, and then later on we'll get into a workout. The warm-up series you'll see is really more about core activation, just whole body activation. So we'll go through the drills and show you how you can benefit within a short amount of exercises so you can stay on track no matter if you're on the road or at home, rehabbing, or just getting closer to your fitness goals. So what I have right now is a mini band around just above my knees. The reasons for, we're going to do some variations of squatting and lateral stepping, and a lot of times whether you sit on an airplane for almost 20 hours or you sit in an office all day, the glutes shut off, and that's a big part of keeping your back healthy and being strong. So we're going to do a couple drills combining the mini band with our ultimate sandbag. So the first drill we're going to do is basically our press out squat. Now the great thing about the press out squat with the ultimate sandbag is I can change my grip to make it more difficult or easier, and I'm also activating a lot of my upper back. So combining basically the mini band to really help activate some more of my glutes. I'm also using the back to activate my core and upper back. It's going to help me get in a really good squat position. So I'm going to grip the ground with my feet, I drive my knees out, I slowly press out, so I finish at the bottom position, and I pull myself up. So if you see me from the side, I want to be as upright in my torso as possible, slowly going down, keeping my shoulders packed, gripping the ground, pulling the weight back into me. It's a relatively simple looking drill that will give you a lot of power and strength throughout your entire body and really get your body primed to do more challenging exercises. Okay, the next exercise we're going to do is sort of a monster walk or a lateral step walk. Again, we're going to activate more of the lateral stabilizers of the hip, ones that usually get turned off in most people. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take my ultimate sandbag here, get up in the front load position. The reason I'm going to use the ultimate sandbag here is by activating more of my core, it's more functional towards the hip. Usually, you want your hip as part of your core, so you want to get the abdominals, the trunk, the lats all active at the same time. So, getting my knees pushed out, I'm actually going to keep my feet neutral or a little bit turned in. I take a large step in, small step in, back and forth. I'm creating tension in the upper body as well, pulling the weight in towards my body, keeping my torso braced, and I get a lot more in the movement. You want to try to avoid turning the feet out, and that will help you get more out of this drill. Okay, so I'm going to do some more work to get my body primed. You'll notice that this can be a little bit of a circuit. So you get your heart rate up a little bit, your body temperature goes up, but you're getting a lot of activation of the body most importantly. So I'm going to be in a half kneeling position. I'm actually going to dig in my toes to help activate my glutes and hamstrings. You see about a 90-degree angle of my leg here. I'm going to basically do a 360-degree lift and chop. So it's going to activate the deep stabilizers of my body. So I'm going to get a lot more of my glutes, my core, but I'm also going to do some thoracic and shoulder mobilization. So I'm going to grab the outside handles of my ultimate sandbag here. If I face you straight ahead, you'll see if I come around to one side, see how slow I go? I'm trying to resist movement in the drill. So right here I'm trying to avoid going in extension. I slowly come around. So this drill is better to do less reps really slow than a lot of reps kind of fast. And I'm trying to keep everything in alignment. And you'll see that I'm challenging my hip stability and my core stability at the same time. I'm resisting motion, and I'm waking up a lot of those little muscles. And see, I'm basically doing a lift and chop to both sides. So when you do this, you're going to want to make sure to do repetitions on both hips to make sure you have balance and symmetry to the body. Alright, so a lot of times when we begin our warm-ups, we're going to begin from the ground up. The reason is that the ground is our most stable body position, so we want to start encouraging good motor patterns on the ground, and then as we sort of get warmed up, our muscles become more active, we can get more standing positions and more challenging postures. Basically, what we're going to do is a little variation of an exercise we've recently shown, which is a loaded dead bug. So the loaded dead bug, the reason it's so great is because I get actually more core activation because I'm actually engaging my lats a little bit more. I bring my legs up, and the whole idea of the loaded dead bug is basically cross pattern. So I go to one side, I rotate the opposing hand. And basically it's also teaching me pelvic control. Now, that's actually pretty challenging for a lot of people. A way you can make it a little bit easier is if we do a little bit of an arc press. So if I grab the ultimate sandbag in the middle, basically I'll do the same thing. So as I press up, the opposite leg comes up. As I come down, it goes the opposite. So you see, as I go up and down. So I'm just building a little cross pattern and basically learning how to resist movement and keeping my pelvis in a stable position. It's a great way to wake up a lot of the core muscles that will allow you to move better overall, and you'll see how we layer complexity.